Welcome back to Map Making in Silvernell, where I make a battle map from within my homebrewed fantasy world of Silvernell. Today, I'm designing a dragon's den in Crixen. I'll be using the program Inkarnate for this build, with music by Tabletop Audio. You can also find the links to this free map in the description below, one with a grid and one without. Let's begin. I'm going to begin by outlining the entire den. I want to make a cavern carved into obsidian stone, and I want to include a few areas above the den floor for my players to climb up to for long-range attacks. After laying a foundational color that will inspire the color palette, I'm going to find these amazing obsidian stone assets. I'll use those for the majority of the cave. Now that I've got the main floor circled off, I want to go up a layer and begin placing higher elevation rock work. Here I will also see the shapes of the pieces and decide where my platforms will be. There's 2 platforms, a 3rd, and a 4th. Now I want to go back and darken these stones, the ones highest up, to help bring focus to the ground floor of the den. Now let's darken up those platforms. They're not getting a lot of light from the light source below. And then I'll go back and add a little light touch to those edges of the platform, because they do get a little light. Perfect. Now I'm going to dim these rocks down to create the effect of stones barely protruding from the dirt, and then I'll go back over a few spots with the opacity way up so they look like they're out of the dirt. These will be the bones of the dragon's victims. Now it's starting to look kind of creepy. And I'll add some more obvious rock work to create obstacles for my players to either hide behind or jump off of. To get to the higher platforms, I'll place down some vines, and then I'll use that dead vine aesthetic throughout the cave to show its growth once was abundant. That looks climbable. Perfect. Now any asset I put higher up in the cave needs to be darkened to show that it's further away from the light source below. This dragon recently laid eggs, and so I'll need to make a nest around it of stone. And now I'll use the darken tool to add just a few hints of dragon footprints. And then scuff up the rock floor more. It's a little too clean. Great. Now let's add some bones. Some obvious bones. We don't want your players feeling too cocky during this battle. Speaking of light source, this dragon breathes fire, so a pile of vines on fire wouldn't be too out of reach. There we go. Now that we have our den with a fire and some eggs, let's loot this dragon up with what dragons truly care about. Gold. A lot of gold. Some even tucked underneath the rockwork. Perfect. Let's add some jewels. Some coins scattered about. And a few treasure chests. And that's about it. A dragon's den, complete with eggs, treasure, and platforms for dynamic combat. If you've enjoyed watching this process, consider hitting the like and subscribe button for more great map building content. And don't forget, the links to this map and the one with a grid are in the description below. Go ahead and comment, tell me what map you want to see next. But thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.